The decision to halt funding during a pandemic comes after President Trump hinted last week at reviewing the more than $400 million Washington contributes to the WHO, arguing that the US had a duty to insist on a full understanding of the facts.
American taxpayers provide between $400 million and $500 million per year to the WHO. In contrast, China contributes roughly $40 million a year, and even less. As the organization's leading sponsor, the United States has a duty to insist on full accountability. One of the most dangerous and costly decisions from the WHO was its disastrous decision to oppose travel restrictions from China and other nations. They were very much opposed to what we did. Fortunately, I was not convinced and suspended travel from China, saving untold numbers of lives. Thousands and thousands of people would have died.
But on January 24th, days before limiting travel from China, he praised Beijing's efforts and transparency. A month later, on February 24th, he tweeted that the coronavirus was very much under control in the USA and that the Centers for Disease Control and the World Health Organization had been working hard and smart. On March 27th, he wrote that China had been through much and had developed a strong understanding of the virus. Quote, "We are working closely together. Much respect." The shift in tone comes after greater domestic scrutiny of his administration's failures in its response, with over 600,000 cases, more than 26,000 dead, with the highest daily death toll at 2,407 recorded in just the last 24 hours.
There was credible information to suspect human-to-human transmission in December 2019, which should have spurred the WHO to investigate and investigate immediately. Through the middle of January, it parroted and publicly endorsed the idea that there was not human-to-human transmission happening, despite reports and clear evidence to the contrary. The delays the WHO experienced in declaring a public health emergency cost valuable time, tremendous amounts of time.
China, for its part, believes the WHO has played an irreplaceable role during the global public health crisis.
The
decision of the US will undercut the ability of the WHO and damage the global cooperation of fighting the epidemic. Every country in the world will be impacted, including the US, especially weak countries. We urge the US to fulfill its obligations and support WHO to lead in the international cooperation in fighting against the epidemic. China will always support WHO to deal with public health crisis and play an important role in it.
In a statement, UN Chief António Guterres indicated that once the world had turned the page on the pandemic, then that would be the time to fully examine who did what, warning that now is not the time to reduce funding, while urging international unity and solidarity to stop the virus and its shattering consequences. Shervin Bricepies, SABC News, New York.